Now today we have gone somewhere very special for our adventures. Drayton Manor.
Yeah, still 10%.
At some point this month they are opening a brand new not dog's place. Don't know when it's going to open, but it'll be interesting to see what it's like. Interesting decision that these parks are now opening these new sort of third party, more not familiar brands. It's like 4 parks opening sticky sisters where the Calypso barbecue used to be. I don't think Towers has got one of them yet, but who knows with the amount of eateries they've shut.
That's what I was doing. No, I'm glad.
Okay, we're queuing for an Arrow suspended coaster known as Vampire. Now Vampire opened in 1990 and formerly had the old Arrow trains before they were replaced by the current Vekoma ones in 2002 after spending a year SBNO, standing but not operating. I personally think, if they could give Vampire a massive overdue, maybe give it new trains again, this could be something special once again. But one thing they do need to sort out though are those chandeliers in the station, because they're a bit of an embarrassment really, because the Vampire station once upon a time was one of the best themed stations in the UK or even Europe, and that's kind of dropped now, which is a massive shame to witness.
Should your restraints fail to open, this bullshit will ensure that your class sit back, hold on sides, the vampire take flight.
So we have just come off Vampire. Vampire wasn't too bad. It was okay. It wasn't great, it wasn't terrible. It was Vampire. And now we're in the queue line for Gruffalo. But did you know though, it used to be known as Professor Bert's Bubbleworks for 15 years until it came the Imperial Leather version of that very same ride. And then came Gruffalo last year. So we came off Gruffalo. Gruffalo was really good. The lighting seemed a bit different though in the final second to last room where the fountains are. I don't know if I've done some work to that or not. Neighbours haven't noticed. And now we're in Land of the Tigers, which is a brand new area. So it'll be interesting to see what they've done, considering it's been closed for like the first part of the year and end of last year. I think we're walking now where Peking Heights used to be.
No.
Might be better.
Please remain seated, keeping arms and legs inside the boat until
Yeah, so we have just emerged from Tiger Rock, what was formerly known as Dragon Falls for many years. Chessington's original log flume. For 2018 it received a brand new re-theme where it is now known as Tiger Rock to coincide with the new theme day of Land of the Tigers, which features Amer tigers, which actually came from Carmarthen. Carmarthen's a Swedish safari park which actually has wildfire and RMC. But anyway, getting back on point. I liked a lot of what they've done there. The station was by far the best thing they've done. Like the tiger effect they had there was great. The Asian style lanterns, they were nice as well. And then the soundtrack, that was good as well. Queue line hasn't really changed at all actually, because a lot of the old bamboo style fencing in the main queues there. Not that we have a problem with it because didn't really need changing. The tunnel itself is a mixed run. The interior of the tunnel is great because they've got some cool new effects and things and makes it look really nice, and they've made the length longer again, which needed to be done. But the outside looks hideous. Why would you take away that lovely dragon? I mean, I get it, dragons don't fit in with tigers, but you know, you could have done like a tiger or a tiger dragon. That would have been better than what's there now, because what's there now doesn't really fit in. And then you've got the final drop, which is like, you've got the tiger head. And the tiger head, that's really nice because it gives like a little effect when you drop down, and it's pretty cool to look at. And you know, the drop, since they took out the Buddhas 5 years ago, that looked really dull. So good they've done that. So really, apart from what they've done to the tunnel and the fact that I would have liked to have seen maybe more wet type things go onto the lift hills, aside from the fantastic tiger's head, the whole area just looks better than what it used to. So I'll give it 7 out of 10. We are now queuing for Terror Tomb.
Tomb Blaster.
Yeah, Tomb Blaster. Used to be Terror Tomb. Well, this ride has a very rich history because, did you know it was originally opened in 1987 as a completely different type of attraction known as the Fifth Dimension, built by Mack Rides. Then, somewhere around the mid-90s, that became known as Terror Tomb, the cult popular dark ride where robber Abdab takes us on this mysterious journey into the tombs, and we have a jukebox duel at the end. I'm now having some lunch at the Smokehouse Barbecue. I have some brisket beef and I have some fries. Lou's got a, is it pulled pork?
Pulled pork, yeah.
I'll let you know what it's like after the break. Welcome back after the break, and we have just come off Tomb Blaster. Whilst not in as bad a state it was when I first rode at the start of this year, there is still a lot to be desired from the current state of the ride. It's such a shame they made such a terrible effort on the overhaul those number of years ago. You know, that ride used to be so good in its heyday.
Oh, that ride, I love it. I mean, yeah, it's gone downhill, but it's always got a place in my heart. It will always be Terror Tomb for me.
So we went on Ramses not too long ago and it broke. Someone broke the ride, but it's okay because we've got 1.5 cycles. Careful. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. How is your World Adventures, Lou?
My World of Adventures. Great, yeah, it's a lot of fun, enjoying it.
I have just exited the Dragon's Fury ride, built by Marathon in 2004. Absolutely spinning and crazy. Adequate operations, better than last year's, but could be better, but there was still an improvement over last time.
It was so spinny. It was like teacup ride on a roller coaster. It was great.
Welcome to Jurassic Chessington. Came off the monkey swinger a little while ago. There was a delay due to a sickness, guest illness, but I got wetter than tired away. I'll dry up a little bit now because the weather's nice, but absolutely soaking. How was that for you, Lou?
It was like the wettest ride here, and I kind of regret going on it because now I'm soaking.
So I am now on the way to Thorpe Park after a good day at Chessington. A lot of it was good apart from that delay on monkey swinger, but apart from that it's been quite good. So this vlog will either end now or go back to Thorpe Park. You'll find out in just a minute.
No, you're standing here, mate.
Oh, I'm soaking wet because I've just been off tidal wave. Like being back at home.
It was refreshing, to put it lightly. Yeah, it was. Do you know what? I don't like, because it's so warm, I don't really care that I'm soaking wet and my clothes are stuck to me, so it's all good fun.
Yeah, it's days like this, you know, that it's tidal wave weather because you dry off quite quickly, whereas most of the year you're wet all day. So that's the end of Thorpe Park. I know there wasn't much, but yeah, it's the end of the night. It swarms up there.